A warm welcome, everyone. This live stream is designed to inspire you and give you thought for action. I'll be your moderator, prepared with lots of questions, a sharp eye on the clock and on our guests. Luckily, I'm assisted here in the studio by Johan Torstensson. Hi, Johan.
Hi, Beata.
Meet a 375-year-old company that has transformed into Norway's most innovative company in 2019, Posten Bring Norway. Last year, they saw the number of deliveries explode as e-commerce skyrocketed during the pandemics. And we will discuss the impact of this new scenario and how they're handling innovation. And to give us insights into this amazing journey, we have with us Senior Vice President of Digital Innovation at Posten Norge Bring, Alexander Haneng. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Johan and Beata, for a great event so far.
So where are you based? What is your home office?
My home office is in Oslo. So this is the new normal, I guess.
Yes. So I wanted to call this session with you From Waterfall to Hackathons. Tell us briefly about your transformation in the last 3 years. What are some of the milestones that are inspiring?
Well, it started a few years ago when I got a new CEO, and one of her big focuses was increasing innovation in the whole company. And as part of that, we developed a new project methodology that we implemented called Posten Helix.
That's something I really want to talk about. This is the new way of working. It has changed a lot. What are the components of Posten Helix and what is most different compared to before, just so we get a better understanding?
So the Helix model is actually focusing more on the problem and going into the customer needs. And that need might be an internal need for an employee, could be a customer or the customer's customer, but actually deep dive into the problem. And then start doing prototypes and pilots to see if you have the right solution for that problem. And then you scale. When we scale, we do it a bit differently. We start often with a smaller feature set, or might be a smaller geography to learn as we launch a new service or product. And then we scale it up for the whole country or all of the Nordics.
So it's a lot of design thinking behind it.
Definitely.
So the methodology has been researched by MIT School of Management. And what did they say is unique about your way of working?
Well, that's the interesting part, Beata, because it's not unique. So as you said, this is based on service design, Google Design Sprints, user stories. But the thing that MIT said was special is that a lot of companies talk about these things, but few people succeed at actually implementing this at scale in a big company. So that's what MIT saw was unique. And actually, that's why they've done a research paper and a case study. If you go to my LinkedIn profile and connect with you there, I can actually send everyone that wants those research papers, and then you can read how we actually implement that in real life.
That's very generous. Connect with Alexander Haneng on LinkedIn. Going back also to the root cause of why you've redesigned your way of working, why is innovation so crucial to you?
Well, we've been around for almost 4 centuries, but that doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to be here in 40 years. So just like any other company, we need to be on top of everything. We need to be innovating in a fast-moving world and stay relevant to our customers. And as we've heard from Stora Enso, where their free business and paper business is going down, so has our mail business gone down. So we need to reinvent ourselves as a company all the time. And I think that's not only for us. I think that's it's important for all companies to actually focus on innovation, to actually stay relevant and stay alive for the long term.
So you're also looking for new services, you're looking for new ways to deliver value, tapping into new ecosystems, and you're trying to transform that whole, giving your organization a new mindset in a way to always be innovating. Give us some more ingredients in that innovation recipe. You talk about Helix way of working. What else has been really crucial to foster that mindset and to scale innovation?
Well, we've seen this across companies, and we do a lot of cooperation with other companies. We're cooperating with MIT, and there's actually three crucial ingredients to succeed with this. And the first is actually top management buy-in. You need to have the CEO, the board of directors actually going for this and really mean it when they say we're going to do innovation in this company, or else you're going to fail at some point. The second thing is actually building a learning organization, because it's so easy to sit and know, I know what the customer wants, but we actually need to go out there and talk to the customers every day and really listen and listen good.
I hear you say building a curious organization.
Yes, definitely. And have a lot of empathy for the customer, understand what the problems are, and not just think about how can I make money from your problem, but actually listen deep and say, okay, I empathize with you. I see you have these problems. And then you might think of, I have the solution, and then you can make money. And the third thing is, and this is the really hard part, is a lot of companies do proof of concept. And some people will call it proof of concept hell, because it's proof of concept, and nothing comes out of it. So the really hard part is not actually building a proof of concept or doing a pilot or prototype. It's actually taking that and scaling that to a true business, to a true product, a true service. And that also needs a lot of the right competencies and right mindsets in executives, but also throughout the organization.
Give us some more insights on what capabilities do you need to go from small to small proof of concept to scaling into a real and deploy it in the ongoing business? What have you found is crucial here?
Well, the thing is, you need digital capabilities. So you need a platform. And as a 400-year-old company, and a lot of people listening here also work in old organizations, there's a lot of legacy systems that might hold you back. So the business side might have a great idea, we could do this new product, and then IT says, well, we can't really do that, give us 5 years. So it's actually important to build a layer on top if you have old legacy systems, a digital platform that can move faster, it can develop faster, and you can continue to learn by getting feedback from users. So you need to have those digital capabilities. And everything we talked about so far today about using the cloud, using data, using machine learning is so important into that digital platform to succeed with innovation. So you need to have those capabilities to be able to succeed with innovation.
You're the head of the innovation team or the innovation department. What role do you and your colleagues play in this innovation equation?
Well, we have two roles. And the biggest role is to be a catalyst for innovation, to support the whole organization, the business side, but also the administration, with helping them doing projects after the Helix model, and also being a bit of push the boundaries to get them to think bigger. That's one part. The second part, which is smaller, is to do what we call radical innovation, where we think about far out ideas and test them and build prototypes and show there's some business there before we take it back to the business side and scale it up.
So you're pushing sort of the awareness of technology opportunities, one can say.
Yes,
there's a question from the audience around how do you change the way people interact with technology and data, and how do you share the vision and how do you share the vision to and create feedback loops so your colleagues can actually steer in the right direction? That's the question here.
Well, it's all about telling stories, to be honest with you. It's a really basic human need to tell stories. And the stories need to be examples, small examples. So how to do this in practice is that you can't do, we're going to do this big, huge launch of this new crazy idea tomorrow. Nobody's going to follow you. But if you do this at a really small scale with, a test with a few customers, we have this new thing, and it really worked. And it has amazing results, and customers really want this. So we explore this further. Then they can start to imagine that there's something there. And also, if you have something, it can be simple as a prototype, paper, digital, just to show the concept, how it actually could be. Because once people can visualize it and be on the same page, it's so much easier to get across.
And then in the ongoing business, how much feedback do I get if I'm not part of your team? Like, how do you provide feedback on, say, customer interactions, loyalty, user experience on an ongoing basis?
Well, we do a lot of user mapping, and that's really important, especially in the B2B world, because as a lot of you know, consumer products are often way ahead of the business product. Just imagine the apps you use at your home versus the business apps you use. It's further along. So actually doing user mapping, user story mapping, to actually, how does it feel to be a customer? Does it make sense? Do the people in sales use different words than the people from service and support? Or it's different in the IT system where you're going to do the ordering. So actually mapping that out and getting, again, empathy with the user is very important.
Yeah. And you addressed one challenge by inviting colleagues to a hackathon, which is kind of a rapid exercise with a very clear focus. What was the challenge that you wanted to solve?
So we have an app, the Posten app, which is very popular. In Norway, what you do, the most popular way to get your parcel is actually go to a grocery store as a pickup point from Posten. The problem now, of course, is there are long lines at certain points of the day, and people kind of want to avoid that during the pandemic, naturally. And also people don't want to stand in line because it takes time. So we did one-day hackathon with the app development team. And their problem they wanted to solve is what can we do something about this? And they found out, of course, we have data because we know when you pick up your parcel. So we know when there's a peak for people to get the parcels. So could we show that data in the app? So you could plan ahead to see, okay, I could come in early in the morning or maybe in the afternoon or something in the evening. There will be less of a line, less of a wait, and also I'll meet less people. So they made a working prototype in one day.
One day, okay. But how long did it take to roll out the solution on a larger scale in the Posten app?
And that goes back to us investing a lot in our digital platform. So we had a digital platform to do rapid development and rapid deployment. So it actually took only 1 week from that hackathon until this was live for everyone in Norway in the app. I think that's quite amazing.
That is, wow, that is really, what's the key to success here?
The key is to actually allow the teams to explore, take a set of time to do prototypes, do hackathons. We've done that in other areas as well. And sometimes you do that with customers, sometimes you do that with subcontractors. And actually, there's so many great ideas in the organization, among the employees, among subcontractors, among customers. If you just take the time and co-develop those, then magic happens.
Finally, what are you able to do today with your new way of working, with your data focus and your customer focus? What are you able to do today that you were not able to do, say, 3 years ago?
Well, there's two big changes. The one is the speed to market. From we have an idea until it's in the market, it's so much faster now than it was 3 years ago. And the second thing, we do a lot more innovation, or get a lot more innovation into the marketplace than ever before.
Checking. Again, how did you reach the market with the app that fast? Another question. Maybe you want to just comment how many people were involved? Can you do it again, or was this a once opportunity?
Well, we have a close-knit team that develops the app from day to day. And of course, they have a backlog of things that we want to implement. And it's really rapid development and rapid deployment as everything's web-based, cloud-based. So we can actually do quite rapid deployments of new versions of the app. So that's back to our digital platform. And then it's all about putting in the right things into the app.
Thank you so much, Alexander. I think you'll have a lot of requests on LinkedIn for that paper, and also perhaps to study your process a lot closer. It's been really inspirational. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander.
Does today's data and application explosion stop or accelerate your success? Driven by multi-cloud, 5G, connected devices, and edge computing, this richness of data opens up infinite new opportunities. But all this may also add complexity and risks that throw you off track to insight and innovation. We serve as the digital heartbeat of Nordic society, We help you to hyperconnect all your systems to a secure, stable and scalable platform that adds value for you and your customers. And by hyperconnecting data, applications and talent, you open your silos and ignite a free flow of ideas and innovation. So, while others struggle with exploding difficulties, you accelerate to success. Hyperconnected data, applications and talent. Remove obstacles, accelerate to success. The route to insights and innovation. Tietoevry.